Chapter 15. The Prisoner. The flames of the burning mountain and the wet trees caused rolling smoke to fill the surroundings of the Great Abundance Gang. For a while, countless Great Abundance Gang disciples were busy fighting the fire, and the scene was chaotic, coupled with the smoke. For a while, all within sight was filled with smoke, and many cultivators covered their mouths and noses in the midst of running. The heavy rain was majestic, causing countless cultivators to become more and more irritated and panicked. Gu Hai just strutted towards the depths of the Dafeng Gang. At this moment, although some of the Great Abundance Gang disciples saw that Gu Hai was wearing a hat, but they were already too lazy to pursue it. After all, on a rainy day, many people wore hats. As Gu Hai traveled through the interior of the Great Abundance Gang, there was no one to stop him at all, and everything became incredibly smooth. In the VIP area, Shangwen Trace looked at the rolling smoke in the distance. His eyes narrowed slightly. What a chaotic scene. Even if the fire is extinguished, the smoke can't be extinguished for a while. Setting fire to a mountain, wanting everything to recover, is not that easy. Inside the Dafeng Gang, because of this fire, it's in chaos, right? Taking advantage of the chaos all the way through, then all the pass token is more effective. My lord, where exactly are you from? Shangwen Scar took a deep breath, watching the smoke fill up to his place. Without his cultivation, Gu Hai was unable to use spirit stones to set up a formation, but there were times when one wanted to cause chaos, not necessarily needing a cultivator's means. Gu Hai passed along the way, following the tortured terrain, slowly arrived outside a residential area. There a large hall entrance. Patriarch Song Jia was currently looking unexpectedly at the large fire in the distance. Next to it stood a group of black-robed people. The leader of one, but on crutches, could not see his face, as if he deliberately did not want people to see it. Looking at the pasture, it should be an old crone. What happened? The black-robed crone said in a deep voice. I don't know. This Li Wei is really good at finding trouble. Knowing that Rudder Master Ding came, he actually made such a big commotion. Sovereign Song Jia sneered. Gu Hai saw it from afar and did not turn around and leave. Instead, he quickly stepped forward. A group of black-robed men looked towards Gu Hai's approach. Gu Hai was also wearing a black robe wrapped around his head. Knowing that not everyone within the Dafeng Gang wore black robes, this person in front of him, coming to meet himself, actually covered his face. Reporting to Patriarch Song Jia, seniors, the gang master asked me to come and inform that the fire is unharmed. It was just an accident. So that all of you don't worry. Gu Hai made a respectful gesture. Accident, ha ha ha. The Great Abundance Gang really has quite a lot of accidents, Patriarch Song Jia said in a cold voice. All of you, please forgive me, Gu Hai said respectfully. All right, inform Li Wei. I don't want to wait until tomorrow either. Tell him to get ready. I want to go right away, the old woman with the main walking stick said in a deep voice. Going right away. Going where? Gu Hai's heart stirred, but did not move. But the gang master has already made the arrangements, so all of you should wait a little until tomorrow, Gu Hai respectfully said. I spoke, didn't I hear you? The old crone said in a cold voice. Dare not, just before already said. If suddenly let the gang master change the itinerary. I'm afraid that the gang master does not believe, but please senior give a token. Subordinate will certainly forward to the gang master, Gu Hai solemnly said. Pa. The old woman steeply threw out a token. This is the token that Li Wei gave me. It can order all the Dafeng Gang disciples. If you show it to him, he will believe it. Yes, Gu Hai answered. Carefully picking up the token, Gu Hai bowed to the crowd and slowly retreated. Exiting the small courtyard, Gu Hai took a few deep breaths and looked at the token in his hand. The token was in the shape of black iron, with a large Feng character on it, and on the reverse side was a tortoise pattern. To go, or not to go? Gu Hai took a deep breath and was silent for a good while. After thinking deeply for a while, Gu Hai made up his mind in general. Obviously, this matter was too dangerous. Gu Hai gathered his emotions and slowly headed towards the direction where Gang Master Li was. As he approached Gang Master Li's residence, the guards became more and more numerous. "What person? Take off your hat!" one of the guards immediately shouted. Gu Hai didn't say anything, but slowly took out the black iron token. The guard's face changed. "Take me to see Gang Leader Li," Gu Hai said indifferently. "Yes," the guards respectfully said. Immediately, the two guards led the way, and Gu Hai swaggered behind them towards the interior. Although the walk was easy, Gu Hai also understood that this trip was dangerous and the slightest mistake would expose the trail. The further in, the more guards there were, checking at every level. But the black iron token was a pass token. No one dared to talk too much, and soon arrived outside a large hall. Outside the hall, a group of Dafeng Ang disciples respectfully reported to the hall. "Gang Master, it's all checked out." "It's someone who used kerosene to set fire to the mountain," a disciple respectfully said. "Have you found out?" Li Wei's cold snort came from within the hall. "No." "Rubbish. Why don't you go and find out?" Li Wei said in a cold voice. "Yes. Also, send someone to Patriarch Song Jia's side to inform that the fire was unharmed and was just an accident," Li Wei said in a cold voice. "Yes. No need." Steeply a voice rang out. A cold humming sound came from inside the hall. Everyone outside the hall looked towards the black-robed man. Snap! The black iron token was thrown into the hall by Gu Hai. Pa-la-la-la-la. The token crossed inside the great hall. Li Wei's voice rose steeply. Soon after, Li Wei walked out with his arm around Yu Yao. This was the second time Gu Hai had seen Yu Yao. Yu Yao had a scar at her chin, which looked exceptionally hideous. But Li Wei was extremely fond of this girl in general, and did not move an inch. "Senior uncle asked me to pass the message. No need to wait until tomorrow. Go right away," Gu Hai said in a deep voice. "Oh, Servant Ding is your senior uncle." Li Wei raised his eyebrows slightly and said, "What you shouldn't ask, don't ask," Gu Hai said in a deep voice. Li Wei's face twitched as he coldly glanced at Gu Hai, but did not snap. "Go inform Servant Master Ding that I'll be right there," Li Wei said in a deep voice. Immediately. How long is immediately are? Senior uncle doesn't like to wait for people. I'll wait for you right here. Gu Hai, however, said indifferently. HMPH. Li Wei let out a cold snort. Turning his head, Li Wei looked towards Yu Yao. "Little baby, wait for me here. I'll be back soon." Me. Yu Yao looked at Li Wei with love and fear in her eyes. Her emotions were complicated. "Keep an eye on my baby. If one hair of my baby is missing, I'll take your lives," Li Wei said in a cold voice. "Yes," a group of Dafeng Ang subordinates answered. Li Wei, once again, found 6 subordinates and followed Li Wei towards the place where Patriarch Song Jia lived. Gu Hai followed closely behind. Of the group, only Gu Hai was wearing a hat, but no one pursued the matter. Soon, the group arrived at Patriarch Song A's residence. Patriarch Song Jia and Rudder Master Ding's group were in the middle of waiting until they saw Li Wei walking with 7 people. Gu Hai walked at the end, but when the two parties met, Gu Hai was intentionally separated a bit from Li Wei's few people. "Servant Ding, the fire was just an accident," Li Wei immediately compensated with a smile. "Don't repeat what I know," Servant Master Ding said indifferently. Servant Master Ding's meaning was that Gu Hai had already spoken once just now, so it's meaningless for you to repeat it again. Li Wei, on the other hand, thought that Servant Master Ding was angry. "Helm Master Ding, calm your anger. We'll go now," Li Wei immediately said. Rudder Master Ding nodded. Rudder Master Ding, Patriarch Song Jia, and Li Wei slowly walked to the front, with a group of subordinates following behind. Most of Rudder Master Ding's subordinates were also wearing black robes, and Gu Hai was also wearing a black robe. Although the styles were different, but at this moment, no one asked. Ding Helm Master's group of people thought that Gu Hai was a Dafengang disciple. Li Wei, on the other hand, thought that Gu Hai was the nephew of Ding Helm Master, and moreover, he also touched a nail on Gu Hai before, so naturally, he didn't want to mention him more. A group of people slowly traveled through the residential area. Ding Helmsman, Songa Patriarch, Li Wei are all people with high cultivation. The rain is majestic, but it cannot fall on the people. And at this moment, the smoke is rising. All the people are annoyed. No one cares about this walking in the end of the Gu Hai. A group of people 7 spare 8 round came to a valley. The valley has a large number of guards, guarding a cave in general. The cave had a broken dragon stone sealing it, and it was impossible to see the interior. Gangmaster, the guards respectfully said. Open the door, Li Wei said in a deep voice. Yes. The crowd of guards quickly went to manipulate a mechanism in general. Click, 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 click. There was a crunching sound from the mechanism, and the dragon-breaking stone slowly opened, instantly revealing an internal cave full of rattan. Countless rattan filling the entire cave in general, as if they had walked into a large tree cave. The rattan is colorful green, with a single poisonous thorn on it. There were night pearls hanging around, and the group slowly walked into it. Gu Hai also looked at the cave in amazement. There were only rattan, so many rattan. The cave was very deep, but the group quickly came to the bottom of the cave, within a large space, which was also covered in dense poisonous vines. In the cave, there was a man in rags, hanging in mid-air by the rattan. His body was pierced by a large number of rattan strips with small holes after small holes, as if he was an abused prisoner. The man, the prisoner, was blackened all over his body, as if he had been poisoned. Servant Ding, I said to wait until tomorrow, because the toxin in his body hasn't been cleared out yet, so he won't wake up for a while. He won't wake up until tomorrow, Li Wei explained. Wake him up, Servant Master Ding said in a cold voice. Servant Master Ding, forcibly jerking him awake will harm his mind, so Li Wei was worried. I said, wake him up, Helm Master Ding once again said in a cold voice. Yes, Li Wei said helplessly. Snap or snap, snap. Under Li Wei's manipulation, a whip lashed on the prisoner's body. It had been lashing for an instant stick of time before the prisoner had a jolt as if he had come to his senses. Pfft! A mouthful of black blood sprayed out, and the prisoner stared blankly at the crowd inside the cave. Again, Li Wei, you're dreaming. Kill me, kill me. The prisoner's toxins were not yet cleared, screaming in convulsions. You want to be relieved? Just tell what you know earlier, won't you? Wood is the key to Earth. Do you know how much it took to find this poison ivy prison cage in order to imprison you? Wanting to die? It's not that easy, Li Wei sneered. Kill me, the prisoner screamed in pain. Servant Ding has come to see you, Li Wei sneered. Helmsman Ding slowly took a step forward and slowly lifted his hat, instantly revealing the face of an old crone, staring at the prisoner in death. Prisoner twitching to see the old crone, suddenly awake countless general, eyes glared, chilling voice. Ding Rui, you old hag, have the ability to kill me. Kill me all. Ding Rui, however, revealed a hint of cold smile and said, 20 years, Meng Tai, you are still really able to survive ah. Meng Tai, at the back of the crowd, Gu Hai but his face changed. The Earth Helmsman of the Yipin Tang, Meng Tai, wasn't he beheaded by himself in the innate remnant realm? No, this person's appearance did look somewhat similar to that Meng Tai, but it was 2 people,